Well, very, very good morning to you today on this amazing day where life is occurring. Oh, it's a cold winter's morning and it's very early and it's still very dark out and it's 14 below. And Han got up early and left to go skiing because we just had this massive storm come through for the last 48 hours and now it's cleared off. Temperatures dropped, and it's a beautiful new day. It's a beautiful new day. You know, and each day is a new beginning, a new opportunity to begin again. So often we get trapped in our monkey mind that says, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, what I did was wrong, because what I did was wrong, then I'm wrong, and it spirals and spirals and spirals. And so I want to talk to you about the importance of direct connect first thing in the morning. Already lit my candle. The dogs have had their beans. Come here, you. Come here. And we are in this amazing place in the morning. Rumi said, the morning breeze has secrets to tell. Do not go back to sleep. Now, I don't want you to think by any means that I'm an early riser on a regular basis. I would like to be that morning early bird, but not always. It's not my regular habit, but it's a good habit to move towards. In the wintertime, we find ourselves in that time of the great white buffalo, the time of deep inner work. It is the time of the endings and new beginnings. And so as we follow the cycles of the earth, of the seasons, thank you, we're going to bed earlier and we're really kind of staying in bed until we're going to bed really like when the sun goes down and we're getting up when the sun comes up. But the sun is probably an hour from getting a rising right now. But this is the perfect time, really from about 3 a.m. to about 11 o'clock in the morning. So those of us who like to sleep till 7 or 8, we're still good. But this is a magical time. This is a mystical time. This is the time of going within and communing with Source. And the Course in Miracles says just 5 minutes first thing in the morning will set the rudder for the day. And as you know, those of you who've been with Simplicity of Spirituality, my signature program, you've gotten the ebook. You can purchase the audio transcripts. We know that in part of the daily grid, one of the first things that we're doing is making this direct connect first thing, just as we're coming to consciousness. And the easiest way for me to describe that, to raise our frequency from that of, I've got a big presentation today, I've got this, that, or the other thing going on, is to just move immediately, connect with breath, foundation, and then move right into our first pillar practice of thank you, 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 thank you. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for this body. Thank you for this moment in time where life is occurring. Thank you for all the wonderful people in my life. Thank you for our excellent health. Thank you for this place and this space where we dwell in safety. Thank you for the bounty. Thank you for work that sustains us. Thank you for carrying me through a particular challenge in my life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And what that does is it immediately raises our frequency from that of lower vibration and disconnection to that of total connection, a higher vibration, or what we like to call enlightenment. Enlightenment begins about 700 on the scale of consciousness. Gratitude vibrates right around 750. So the importance of using thank you, gratitude practice every day is one of our first pillar practices, isn't it? So in this morning, let's just gather all the beings of love and light. Let's just connect to ourselves, to our higher self, Christ consciousness, the God force, the creator, however you want to language it, and the universe, the universal energy, the one, with our breath. So we just imagine on the inhalation that we're breathing that in. We're breathing in every bit of potential. We are using our full body awareness and allowing that to permeate every bit of us. Remember, God permeates all things, including every cell, every atom, every quark, every molecule, every lepton in our body. When we bring that in with our consciousness, now that divine awakening, that divine awareness is now part of our consciousness. And as we exhale, as we surrender, release, and let go of all that no longer serves us, we just cast that off with the desire, the intention for peace, love, and light for ourselves and all our fellow travelers. Excuse me. Because we're all brokenhearted. We're all wounded. We're all walking wounded. I used to have a boyfriend who said, what are you, the walking wounded? And, we really are. We're all broken. But our brokenness allows us to break free, to break open to the potential for this amazing expansion, this enlightenment, this beautiful wealth of wisdom that comes through, so that we are no longer taking offense. We're no longer judging and criticizing everything and everyone in our life. Because if we're vibrating on that level, then really we don't stand a chance. We just don't. I mean, I'm sorry, there's only about 2% of the whole population who will understand this. But if you're part of that 2%, then you understand the importance of daily fine-tuning of our energy. Using breath, using our full body awareness, imagining just that connection that is, we are just immersed in the ether, right? And everything is energy. And that every bit of us is vibrating outward, and that we are drawing to us based upon our dominant mindset, our predominant thoughts, beliefs, attracting those exact same vibrations. Because remember, let's say enlightenment's here. Well, we know gratitude. Let's say enlightenment is here. And let's say I'm really bitter and anger. I can't get to enlightenment. But as soon as I come to realization, I'm bitter, I'm angry, I'm judging, I'm criticizing, we have an enlightenment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We reverberate in enlightenment with our gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you, right? Oh, that feels good, doesn't it? We move into the body experience, which is that non-physical aspect of us, the invisibility of us, okay? That is the frequency, the vibration of whatever particular experience we're having. And it's within. Some of the most devastating damaging, damning, detrimental thought processes is judgment and criticism, worry, bitterness. Bitter, party of one? No, thank you. I want to be joyful, party of two. And then 4, and then 8, and exponentially expanding in my frequency and vibration, right? Because if we are continuing to expand in frequency and in vibration, our experience gets better. You know, the day-to-day doldrums no longer exist on a grand scale. Do we have moments of and I forgot? Yes, yes we do. And yes we will. Remember, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. There are very specific things that we must do every day to care for the physicality, to care for the people in our lives, to care for the things that we have attracted to ourselves. You know, we want to make sure that we're taking good care of the things that and the people in our lives, because that's part of this continued awakening, this continued expansion. So today, on this amazing day where life is occurring, it's starting to get a little bit lighter out there. We really want to refocus on that gratitude practice. And in the new year, I'm wanting to have each of us write down 100 things we're grateful for. And then move into 100 things that we want to accomplish this year. Now, I get really blocked on this. I'm going to have to grab my tea. Can you hang on just one second? My challenge and what I work with my coaches is continuing, and it's so ridiculous because so many people. Now there I am judging. Did you see that? But for me, over and over and over and over, my greatest challenge, because of the way that my mind works, and those of us who are creative, intuitive, introverts, introspectives, you understand this ADD, menopausal, drug addicted, former alcoholic, drug addict, right here. You know, our mind really needs the meditation because it levels us out. But clarity, clarity, clarity. It's a continuing theme. See my little elephant cup. I love my elephant cup. It's a continuing theme in my life to be clear about what we want. I know every day that I want peace in my body. I know every day that I am commanding peace in my home, peace with my husband, peace with my loved ones, peace with my wonderful neighbors, peace with my fabulous citizens in my community, peace upon the planet. That's all. And I do believe that we get to peace on earth through peace of mind. You've heard me talk about this over and over and over again. It is our obligation in all of the higher realms of understanding and study and correspondence courses. We know that we can't get to anything better if we don't have peace right here, right inside our skin suit, right? So to get to peace on earth through peace of mind, we use these daily practices. And for me to be able to be clear about what I want now, because for whatever it is, be it my thoughts about my own worth or value, which is something that we're all continuing to expand upon and unfold for ourselves, it's a challenge for me to say, my list, I'll be able to much easier come up with the 100 things that I'm grateful for. Okay. That's, I'm like, woo, yeah, I can write this right down. The 100 things I want to experience just in this year, or, you know, maybe if we can't think of 100 things for this year, maybe for this year and the next 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, you know, those goals that we're doing. That's where I get challenged. That's what I get coaching about, you know, because coaches need coaches. I coach coaches, and I am coached by coaches, because that's important. It's important that we all, because we have blind spots. You know, it's a physiological condition, and it also becomes a psychological condition that we have a blind spot. Each of us, we're looking out there on the earth plane, and because of the way that the eyes work together and the hemispheres of the brain work together, there is one place within our vision, our line of vision, where we are blind. In our psychological makeup, there are these blind spots that's what we need a coach for, because a coach helps us see our blind spots. That's what I'm really good at, shining the light on people's blind spots. And it's not always fun, but it is illuminating, and it's part of this process. But part of the work that I'm doing is moving into a new level of desire for, of course, for something better, but to be able to call it, to name it, to label it, so that I can then focus on it. Because the law of attraction can only work when we, you know, we're thinking a thought, we're sending out these, oh, wouldn't it be nice to sit on the beach for a month and build sandcastles every day? Okay, that's number one, remind me, okay? And so in order for us to, let's say that, to spend a month on the beach, I would need to pull that out of the ethers, because, you know, I thought of it. It was a little, as Abraham says, you know, it's like a little rampage, a little, you know, we're both sending out, of course, then receiving. So if we don't do our body practices, if we don't embody the energy, then everything is just here. Okay, all those little bits of brilliance and genius that, oh, that was a brilliant idea. Oh, that was a brilliant, oh, doggles. Remember that? I was going to invent doggles. I was going to bring back the coffee house. I was going to, you know, all these things, sunglasses for kids, and all these things that, you know, I thought, oh, those would be such brilliant ideas like 30 years ago, or whatever. And, you know, I never did them. I'm sure glad that other people did, because that's the thing. So the difference between those who really, who take action, is that they had the thought, they sent it out there, and then they pulled it back in, and they said, no, I love this. I'm going to really think about this. I'm going to really think about this. I'm going to really think about it. Now I'm going to really talk about it. Now I'm going to really talk about it. Oh, I love what's happening. And you'd see I'm working down my chakra system. Oh, I love what's happening. I really want this now. Now I'm going to create it. And there it is. It's manifested. I created whatever it is. So to write down our goals then makes them real. As soon as they're written down on some level, they are already a reality. We thought about it, we wrote it down. Now it's really kind of concrete. Okay, I want to finish my book, The ABCs of Wellness, my next ebook. Okay, you all have been hearing about it forever. I've got, you know, remember when we did what was I calling that when I redid the office and the studio, my creative cave? We were talking about that then, though, the stacks of information that I get to a certain point, and we all have this. So this is what I seek help with in my coaching with my coaches, is I get to a certain point And then the manifestation of it, the bringing it to realization, is where it goes from here, la 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 la. Remember, it's all out there. You know, my brilliant thoughts went out there. Somebody else just maybe grabbed them and ran with them. God bless. Your brilliant thoughts, the same thing. You know how that goes. And the genius really is in the working of it. For those of us who have brain anomalies, brain challenges, depression, whatever it is, mania, yada, 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 lack of focus is our greatest enemy, so to speak. Because so many of us who are so creative, we have the brilliant ideas, but because of the way the brain is working or not working, the connection, you know, we're kind of, it's a challenge. It can be a challenge for us to bring those things to fruition. Those of us who are intuitives, we know, you know, we're just channeling some information. We're just channeling our higher self, which is just such an amazing gift and wonderful. Sometimes navigating the real world and saying, okay, now let's book the workshop. Now let's send out the invitations. Now let's write the curriculum. Now let's paint the picture, draw, you know, whatever it is. Now let's, you know, create this healing modality. Let's get it in concrete so that people can be using it on a regular basis. That is the mining. It's, you know, the gold is awesome, but, you know, to get to the gold, we have to do some mining, some deep digging, don't we? And so the process of our awakening in the morning, starting with our gratitude, coming to full body awareness, and then just being fully awake, aware, and present. Start with the 90 seconds a day, then move to 5 minutes, and then get your 20 minutes twice a day. And then pretty soon you realize that most of the time you are moving through your life in this alpha state, which is the awakened state, so that we are engaged on a higher level, even at the grocery store, even in the post office, even driving on the highways, sending out love and light to all of our fellow travelers. Does that help? Does that make sense? So take a breath. And let's just surrender, release, and let go. With each exhalation into a deeper relaxation, as we bring in all the brilliance of the universe with this inhalation, and just imagine that it's coming in and supercharging every bit of us. As you breathe in and then hold just for a moment or two. And then just let go with the exhalation, your disbelief, your sadness, your bitterness, your anger, your judgment, your criticism. Pause there. And then just say, come on, brilliance. And just open up to that. Just imagine this is one of the greatest positions that we can do, hands together. Open to receive. And then I just like to, about halfway, as I'm holding at the heart point, just be present in my heart, loving you from here, loving all beings. And then just let that go. Let that go. As we move deeper into our meditative practice, just becoming still Not worrying about what kind of genius we are. Just allowing genius to be, use it for good, use it for God. Fully present in every bit of our body, just so very grateful for all of the body processes that our body does without our needing to interfere. Keep that powerful pelvic point engaged as you just, I'm standing as you can tell, just kind of shake out your spine. Keeping that powerful pelvic point engaged, and I can't really do this now, but our tongue to the back of our teeth. That keeps that microcosmic orbit, closes it so that our energy is amplifying. If there's any part of your body that may be out of ease, just breathe ease into that space. And just become grounded in the body. So important. Be grounded in the body, and then just grounded in the earth. Maybe just kind of walk upon the planet there. Keeping that powerful pelvic point engaged. Just how loose can your shoulders be? How loose can your neck be? Are you willing to look in all directions and see beauty? Are you willing to look within and see beauty? Because if you can't see beauty within, you can't see beauty without. And that makes our trip here, our time here, so much more wonderful. Just to walk in beauty. To walk in beauty. To walk in beauty and gratitude. So, as we awaken to these new understandings and a new day and a new opportunity and a new realization and a new way of being present in our life at this moment in time where life is occurring, and now this moment in time where life is occurring as we're chopping the wood, gathering the water, focusing and being present with our children, turning off the technology, not having our children only seeing mama. What's this all about? That's a whole other teaching. Turn off the technology. Be present for your life. Be present in your life. Be grateful for your life. And begin to create in your life a new level of understanding, of manifestation, of appreciation. It's a wonderful, wonderful cycle. So, be well. Let's end today's with our dedication of merit. May all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings never be parted from freedom's true joy. May all beings dwell in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. What's that? Those are little angel waves, angel claps, angel claps. Loving you from here. Work towards 100 things you're grateful for right now. Work towards 100 things you want this year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. Work for peace of mind so that we can have peace on earth. Loving you from here. Namaste. Thanks. Have fun today. Remember to have fun today.